What's going on, Metalheads? Thank you all for tuning in to this week's episode of the Metal Forge. My name is Mark Jackson. I am your host, but like I said on the fucking previous week, you already fucking know that because I say it every episode. This week, as you can see already in the gallery, we have a couple people in studio, and it's not that weird fucking red light like everybody used to like and everything, but just couldn't get it to fucking work today. But anyway, Phil, Matt, enemy to all, from Louisville, Kentucky. Dudes, what the fuck is up?
Where do you want to start?
You'll have to come up to the
where do you want to start?
So, dude, first of all, it's in person. It's always cool to have these here. So, like, how's things? How's the big city treating you all, Louisville?
It's been pretty good to me. I would say we've been busy with the band a lot, working on the new record, doing shows, which 90% of the time we haven't even reached out to do. People have reached out to us, and we take them as they come. But we've been taking some time off here and there to work on the new record, and it's been going pretty well. Drums are almost finished. I actually laid my first 2 tracks down the other day, and we're digging where it's going.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. So obviously we're here to help promote some shows. Obviously, when this is airing is going to be the day of the Goodwood show.
Even better.
At Whiskey Row. And then the following night at Highland Tap. Hell yeah. But so we'll post a flyer of that here. I have it right here, as you can see. We'll post that. It looks cool. It looks like a movie poster. I love that stuff. I mean, honestly, it kind of looks like the Evil Dead.
That's
only
exactly.
with the horns. And just the way, you've got the address on there, it looks like credits. It looks like starring and all that stuff. So I love that stuff. I love that aesthetic and things, like where you can cross over mediums and just do some rad stuff. I think it's a testament to, and not like a testament, but like,
Love testament.
But it's one of those things where you actually, you can build a completely different following with, even like, just like the way you present yourself, even with stage presence and, stage show and stuff. It's like, why do we go watch bands like Creator and Motorhead? It's like Motorhead for the Bomber, a fucking thing, or Lady Justice crumbling to the ground.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, and all different kinds, dude. Like,
Louder next.
I know. And what's so crazy about that is it's like the first time in like 43 years. So it's like since like Number of the Beast. That was the last time they played Louisville or some shit. It's like 1985.
I can actually tell you the last time that they were in Louisville because my dad was there.
Yeah,
doesn't remember. And the last time they were there in Louisville, they actually opened for fucking Dio.
Yeah.
So it was 80, 82, 83 kind of era.
Yeah, it was way early. It's a long time ago. And people are like, why?
What do you mean why?
And yeah, but the thing about why is just like, to me, it's because we're considered fucking flyover country, and I hate that. But the thing about it is we're also in the middle of like the big circle of places: St. Louis, Indy, Chicago, Detroit, Nashville, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Nashville. And that's really the thing. That's how it's pretty well played out anymore. And now with there's a central tour spot. There's the downside too, is a lot of these bands that are on the 2nd and 3rd and now 7th and 8th fucking stages at this show. 160 bands over 4 days.
Too much.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. And 40 bands a fucking day. Fuck.
Too much.
Like, no, I mean, but the problem with that is a lot of those like lower bands on the bills, they have to sign a fucking no compete.
Yep,
they on there, and they can't fucking come within like 6 or 9 months a lot of times.
I think it's within, my understanding is it's within like 50 to 100 miles of Louisville within 3 months before, 3 months after.
Is that what it is?
I relatively, I think that's
so.
What
it's a 6-month blackout,
right? And so if you're a different promoter in town, right, and you're trying to do anything that's not related to Louder Than Life, you're kind of, for all intents and purposes, you're fucked on what you're able to do, right? But on the Iron Maiden thing, man, like, and I have to tell the story every time. Iron Maiden is the sole reason that I'm even like sitting here in this chair for whatever reason. Like, my father accidentally got introduced to Number of the Beast in 82 by his friend on a vinyl record. Fell in love with it. At the same year, it was the same year that Screaming for Vengeance came out, right? Yeah. So Priest and Maiden back to back. I fell in love with Maiden later on. And then the first song that my son hummed in the back of my car was actually off the Book of Souls, Red and Black, right? Dude. So it's a whole thing. I saw Iron Maiden live in Germany the day I was supposed to graduate high school. Went to go do that in fucking Stead, right? Got my diploma the next day.
Hell yeah.
But for us personally, and I'll just lay it out there, we're so focused on doing the best we possibly can to be within a breath's hair of playing small stage for louder, right? Mm-hmm. And I believe that the universe works in kind of certain ways. So the fact that Maiden finally is on this fucking tour or on this fucking festival at the same time that we're gunning for it, it puts me in a weird, like, delusional positivity.
No,
that we're going to get there.
No, I mean, that's the thing. You got to have a goal, man. Like,
yes.
And to me, that's a deal where, like, you have to have something. Yep. Because if you don't, then what are you fucking doing it for?
What are you fucking
doing? If your goal is to just go out and play to the same fucking 12 drunks once a month or whatever, that's fine. But like, if you want to fucking actually do good shows and like, maybe even get out of your area a little bit and, hit a little bit of regional stuff. I mean, everybody has their own goal in that, it's like, do you want to do tours? Do you want to, you have that ability. There's no set thing in stone, especially now in the digital world.
There's nothing, there's no, and I will say for us, like the record, the Love Songs in the Key of Death, which should be out in January, like the reason that we were supposed to take a break, November and December, right? And then Terry offered us the Goodwood show, which is going to be so fucking cool. Like, even if you're a musician, just come and see what it's about, just to see that stage. Because that thing, it's newer, or it's under new management at least.
Sure.
And that it has like this potential between somewhere like Headliners and Ballroom. It's like right in between.
Right on.
But it's accessible, right? The lady that runs it used to run House of Blues. She's the one that took it over.
Okay.
It's fantastic. But we decided that we were just going to call our own shot. Now, back to your comment about visuals and things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our whole shtick from the get-go was no gimmicks, right? The gimmick was there's 4 dudes, each is a master of their own craft, and we play real shit as best as we possibly can. And I think we have earned a really solid following behind that, right? But like you said, who wants to play the same 12 fucking drunks or the same 14, 15 musicians that just sit there?
Yeah.
Like this.
Good set, bro.
Yes. Good set.
Good set, bro.
Now, because starting in January, every month from January till September of next year, Planet of the Tapes, Magbar, Wrong Side. We were going to do What the Lube. That's a whole other thing. We're doing an Evening with the Enemy tour, right? We're going to promote the tour or promote the album that we're doing, right?
Sure.
And the bands that are on that are coming from other places, like to help us just promote it, right? But the thing about it is the energy that we bring, the vibe I think that we bring, that's what's really, I think, sold people on watching our videos and coming through. There's a band who I won't name, but they're from up in Ohio. They weren't in like the database or any of that group. They saw one of our live videos, took it as a personal challenge, and they wanted to come and play one of our shows with us just to try and show us up. I fucking love that kind of vibe all the live long day, especially these younger bands like Authority, who just got shut down their show last night in Cave City.
Yeah.
For being too loud, right? Shout out Authority, shout out Necro, shout out Dracania, shout out Lethal Combat, shout out Casualty. Like these younger kids that are doing the goddamn thing, right?
Yeah.
And just the videos that we have, there's one specific video from Magbar a couple months ago where Mohawk Mikey and his friends come through, and the energy that they're bringing, right? And it's not that the energy from like our friends that are there isn't there, right? But they're old like us. Well, old like me, not necessarily him. But I can get your head bobbing, right?
Sure.
But having video of the kids, 14 to 18, whatever, losing their shit, right? It flashed them back. We were talking about live shit, binge and purge earlier.
Right.
One of the reasons I'm even in this fucking shit, there's a specific moment on live shit on the DVD when they're in, I think, Seattle in 89.
Yeah, and Lars says to look out at the crowd.
So that's turning from Whom the Bell Tolls. I love that when he points that. But the specific moment is they break for like an instrumental, and I think they do a little bit of To Live Is to Die, right?
Yep.
And they decide to go into Master of Puppets, right? And the energy that crowd has is incredible. And the fucking first thing James says after that is, "Wake up, fuck." and that just sits in my head, right, for like an eternity. So like all of that energy, we aim to bring an experience. Like I don't want someone to look at an enemy flyer and be like, oh, I saw them, whatever. No, we want you to have a fucking experience with it to the best that we can. And it doesn't matter if we just pull out one of I don't even know how many fucking different covers we can pull out fucking now or whatever as a surprise, right? We stand by our own actual music. We've gotten comparisons to a fucking Acid Bath, which is the best comparison that anybody could ever give us specifically. We could do a whole other podcast on Acid Bath.
I think Phil's like channels dime on stage.
So,
you know what? He's got the camo shorts. He wears the sleeveless shirt. He wore the WWE shirt or the WWF, the scratch logo shirt.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah. At the show at Z-Bar.
And believe it or not, man, like the last couple of shows that we have done, we have been like tired or we've been sick or whatever, but there's something that happens, and I'm sure you know, about 30 seconds before you hop on, a light switch just hits, right? And you just kind of go for it. But that has always been our mission from the jump. No gimmicks. The gimmick is the fucking music.
Yeah.
And the reality behind it. And the enemy to all thing, man, we were originally called Dreamhouse, which was my fucking title, which is a whole other thing. They flipped it on me without telling me, and it pissed me off, right? And I'm very big on thematics, and I can tell that you are too, just based, because you guys are doing EPs.
Sure.
Right? That's based around a whole conceptual thing, which shout out to that fucking newest one, because that hit me.
Oh, thank you.
So fucking good. Like, it's like if Halloween...
And he's talking about Ice Hell, by the way.
Dude,
not Overload.
No, it's like if fucking Halloween popped out, like...
Oh, wow.
I'm serious. Within the last, like, 10 years. It was fan-fucking-tastic. I'm not even...
I appreciate that. It's definitely a thing, you know?
No bullshit.
And honestly, you know, as you can look around in here, you can see where certain stage props...
I'm letting you guys talk.
Stage props are going to be showing up.
Yes.
Maybe that...
Well, I mean,
showing up
so
on stage.
Y'all's EP, Azel's new record, Necro's new record, and Half Cash's new record. Because I run the Kentucky, Indiana local metal band database, right? And I've seen so many people, so many bands go full force to put out a record, right? I've put out singles before. Phil's been a part of that too. When a band, doesn't matter how fucking big you are, when you get to a point to where you can creatively put together a fucking album, right? And albums being what they're being, people don't really stream them or listen to them today. The local bands, there's not enough collective, like, fucking listen to this. Like, I don't know why there's not a listening party at like Mag or Wrong Side the day a record comes out or whatever. But y'all's EP, like Azel's record this year, is going to be hard for anybody to fucking beat for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're a few weeks away. Sorry, the cat will probably try and do that. Scratch the back of the chair. Yeah. So that's Diana. The Metal Forge fans and viewers know who she is. Right. So I think with the listening party, it's a good idea. And actually, Overload had done a few listening parties back on earlier albums.
Okay.
Things like the first album,
Yeah.
And then Blood for Blood. But I think also at Blood for Blood's deal, that's when we shifted to doing release shows.
Right.
Where we've offered like a free copy of the album for like the first X amount of people in the door and stuff like that, you know, and it'd be like a $15 price tag. And in 2012 or 2011, that was a little bit high. They were still doing $5 and $10 shows then.
Well, so I say that to say this. So like, our whole thing from the jump has been like DIY, like through and through. We've had multiple, I guess, producers or mixing, master, engineering guys reach out to us because now they know that a record's coming and recording it. You know, hey, I would love to do that, do this, that, the other,
and that's cool.
It's fine. $2,300 for it though, when we can get
yeah.
You know,
I mean, well, that's always a thing where, like, you know, I appreciate a good, you know, anybody like that can do it. But then again, Phil has Diana in his lap. Just don't let her jump up on the table or on the desk.
I feel like there's so many jokes about pussy just jumping into your lap. Just sitting right there. I'm sure. But no, like I get it. But like our whole shtick has been DIY from the jump. This band was together and like forming for almost 3 years before that Facebook page went live. And so our fucking practices would have people be there for a part of the mythology, the ethos, and they would watch these songs develop. And I made it this far, however fucking far you want to we want to do it. For us personally, at least for me personally, everything that we set out to do, we have done. We have done. We wanted something real, something organic. I don't want to say something that didn't sound like everything else, but Phil brought it up to me fucking forever ago. There's an interview with Phil Anselmo that talks about the right bands pick a small number of influences and basically rip them off to the best of their fucking ability, right?
Right.
They don't try to rip off 100 different bands and lose their like general sound. We ended up finding a fucking sound very quickly. This happened. Phil was in Hidden Foundation. I used to manage Hidden Foundation for a brief amount of time. First practice I went to see them at, they played to me their 8 tracks like they were playing to 10,000 people. But Phil kept trying to play, I think it was Slaughtered or Drag the Waters, whatever it was. Drag the Waters. And I kept telling him, don't fucking do it if you're not going to do it. And at the time I was doing my solo stuff, death metal, all that shit. And I knew I would work with him one day. I was at work selling cars at Kia. He texted me about doing this. And I'm fucking in. We meet with Chris in his basement. We do Revolution Is My Name, We Die Young, and Left Behind. Like we've been playing together for 20 fucking years. And when I tell you that them two, Bledsoe and Phil, get compared to the Abbott brothers, and then we get compared to Jerry and fucking Lane as far as songwriting, those are all well and good, right? But our mission, for real, is to when it comes to touring and stuff like that, right? So some of these bands that are opening for us in the next year, there's exchange dates. Like, sure. You know, y'all came up here.
Like you do, yeah.
Right. And it saddens me that there are bands in fucking Lexington that have no connects up here in fucking Louisville. That makes no sense to me, right? But just to branch that out. So that's ultimately what we've been trying to accomplish, is just start the best that we can.
Network.
The network, a fucking movement.
That's what I think was the main point of him, Matt, creating that whole page he's creating. KY/Indiana Metal Day.
Yeah.
And what it basically was, jump. Me and him had actually been at my house for some time talking about things like this. So like, how can we get people that are not from here to just make it really easy to connect with people who are really wanting to do this? That's a whole nother podcast in itself.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and to be fair, the person who probably would need to be here for that with Matt and I would be Bob from She.
So interesting that you bring that up. So I will absolutely admit 100% right now that fucking Excel file that Bob created from She was the original impetus for this. Because the original thing was,
because it had a lot of bands.
It had everything.
It had bands. It had venues. It had good places to stay.
100%, right?
You know, and it still exists and it still gets updated.
I still have the Excel file.
And we always, I put it in every time we mention it. I put it in the link so everybody can see it.
You have to. My thing with that was like, what I wanted initially is I flocked back to moving here from Germany when I was 18. I'm a military brat, right? Mm-hmm. In Germany, metal is fucking absolutely king. There's like Hasselhoff, and then like Scorpions, Creator, Blind Guardian, and then the rest.
Yeah.
Right. So when I get here and I'm looking for like local metal bands, right? I can't, this is 2008. I can't fucking find anything. 2, or they're like, it's impossible to even figure out, right?
Sure.
So I spent a lot of time. I think I reached out to y'all. I reached out to every major band that had played Metal Monday when I went back through their events. And I just reached out for basic band bios. And then that initially was like a link tree or whatever. And then let me just do a group. So there's 200 some odd bands that you can literally in the search bar type in an influence, type in a style, and you'll get those kind of bands and where they're from.
Yeah.
And then it developed more and more than that. But that was a way to just bring the fucking everybody together, because I had heard at the time that there was a bunch of politics that were being played, or like you couldn't get into this venue unless you knew this fucking guy or whatever. Fuck that.
Right. Well, I mean, it's the thing, it's what I always refer to it as, like the price of doing business, I guess.
Correct.
And it's like, it does suck and it does need revamped, but and this is, again, as Phil said, it's a whole other, it's a whole other podcast.
It is.
When you break it down, because it's like, yeah, you get into the thing of politics with it, but it's just like politics, really,
It has its.
It really does. It
it was really trying to circumvent that, because like when I think about us, we've never, you can take it as an ego thing or not. We have never, not once, asked for a show. We have been asked to play shows. We have been asked to hop on bills. which we take a lot of pride in, right?
You should, because that's the thing. It's like, if you're being asked and there's warrant there behind it,
And a lot of that initially, when we were initially booking, had a lot to do with Phil's background, a lot to do with Chris's background. I'm still to this day the new guy on the block or the odd man out or whatever, because just I haven't been around the scene that long. But that, for me, perspective wise, has enabled us to have the visuals like that we have. I saw a fucking great example about Star Wars, right?
Sure.
So I guess the next Star Wars movie that they're doing is Grogu and the Mandalorian. Okay,
I think so.
But it's written by fans just of Star Wars, and what it loses is what Lucas did initially, which is he blended samurai movies, he blended Western movies, he blended fucking wild sci-fi shit into his own kind of shtick.
Right.
I think personally that's what we like very much do. Part of our songwriting process is there are 4 pieces. Everybody in the band gets to elect to label, like if this riff right here, whatever, what does this sound like to you? Right. And then we mesh them together. There's no
like, this is a verse, this is a chorus.
We don't do that first. We can't, because the way he fucking writes.
Or like, this goes with this. So
it can be. So like, there's a riff for a song that we'll do that y'all will fucking lose your minds on called Gravesite, which is way down the road. That initial chorus riff was a doom riff that I wrote fucking like 2 years ago. Right. That just came apart, right? It had no intention of being a chorus riff. He had a Lamb of God-ish riff that we forgot we had. And we just started fucking mixing shit together. Mm-hmm. But on the sheet for it, it literally says Black and the Cursed Sun, a doom riff that shouldn't be a doom riff. And then the vibe is Immortal Tyrants, fucking Black and Cursed Sun, and Machine Head Wolves, right? So we pull vibes from that. And I think that's what gives it the ethos and the static that it does.
Yeah. And I think that's that's what everybody does. I no matter who you are in the world,
yeah.
Whether you're pulling from like, Richie Blackmore pulling from fucking Beethoven to write Smoke on the Water.
You seen that interview? He just blows that dude's mind that it's backwards.
Yeah. I mean, it's
just a little fun fact. His favorite band is ABBA.
Yeah.
Yours is?
Not mine.
Richie Blackmore.
No.
Oh, dude, like, it's ABBA though. I mean, ABBA kicks ass,
I'm just like, he's obviously one of the best riffs.
Right. Sure.
Hey, what's your favorite band, man?
But listen to their music though.
It's very.
If you actually listen to what they were doing back in that day with,
Rainbow and fucking.
Well, no, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about ABBA.
Oh,
yeah. You look at back at what ABBA was actually putting down, and like, it's some fucking like riffiest stuff out there. And then you've got the vocals on top of it. Not everything's like Dancing Queen. No, it's fucking, but it's.
I mean, on top of
that, a lot of old rock dudes and metalheads like that in that era are totally fucking big fans of ABBA.
Well, I don't even think metal. This again, my personal opinion. I don't think metal is a sound. Like, I know you can like
it's a state of mind.
It's a state of mind. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Like Michael Jackson. That's why I was singing Dirty Diana earlier. Dirty Diana, fucking solo on Dirty Diana is metal as all goddamn fuck, dude. Love that shit. Love that shit. I mean, Ghost.
Well, I mean, it was Eddie Van Halen who did the
for Beat It, or no, for Beat It.
Yeah,
and it was for free.
Yeah, he didn't think that album would go fucking anywhere, right? But like Chino from Deftones, his favorite band is Depeche Mode.
Yeah,
right. Randy Blythe doesn't even fucking like metal.
Probably out there, Matt like Chino.
I do
a little bit. Yeah.
I do. I'm about to fucking button up and do that for real. Like, I really will. But like, I've been so obsessed since I was a child with this. Like, it's rough. It's not rough, but like, I tell my mother all the time, like, I just haven't stopped doing bullshit vocals in my attic when I was 12. Like, I used
that's
to.
I mean, that's the idea, dream, man. Like,
it's the only thing in my life. I quit a million things, but music is just it's always been there, and I've never wanted to stop.
Right. It's the only thing in my life.
So same, like, I took off like 9 months when I did. That's the most time I've never had a band since like 1996 or some shit. Like, when I'm like kids band, like learning with my friends kind of thing.
You were 1 year old. Sorry, he was 1 year old. Yeah, he was. I wanted to put that. He was 1 year fucking up. But
so wait, you were in 95?
95.
This shirt is 97.
Fuck you, man.
I'm 88.
Oh, but that's okay. Our biggest thing when there was somebody and he didn't get the reference, nobody puts baby in the corner. He doesn't get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
it's cool. Look it up.
Music's the only thing that also hasn't quit me. Like, my musical journey started when I got published by writing poems when I was 9, right? And I realized just lyricality, that's my main fucking thing. You could ask them, don't talk to me about titles. I have to run through them, like titles and stuff like that. But I'll have pages and pages and pages of why. Like thematically for Love Songs, right, in the Key of Death, the whole record is centered around this idea of, one, we wrote those songs quite literally in that house, probably like we were in a bad state, right? Everyone was dying around us. We wanted to die. I did. We just didn't know that that was the case. But it came to this idea that death is a gift because it's the only thing that makes life worth living, right?
Sure.
So the songs crawl through this idea of, is this damnation? Is this deliverance? Is this a tomb or a temple? Am I a scarecrow or a savior? And am I the arsonist or am I the architect, right? I thematically, lyrically have to have all of those attached, right? I can't just do, hey, here's our best songs, fucking, here you go, right? And luckily enough for us, as we develop these songs, they progressed in the same way that we play them live. So there's a maturation that you can hear,
right,
as we develop. But that's how I started. And then the first time I saw fucking Disaster Pieces by Slipknot, I took a toboggan, and I took another toboggan, ripped it to shreds, stapled those shreds to the other toboggan, and was Corey Taylor in my fucking attic. That's all I'm doing is just being.
No, but speaking on the maturation part of it, which we're actually taking part in right now, we're actually going to put very first scratch tracks, complete song scratch tracks. We're going to put those on Spotify
as demos, and then when we have the actual album, we're going to put those on Spotify so you can see how they progress. Yes,
sure. Right.
I don't feel like a lot of people do.
No, I don't think so.
I feel like a lot of people are very.
I mean, it's out of the box. I mean, and you've got to be comfortable with, that's the thing of being comfortable with your progression in art, and that's awesome.
Well, I mean, think about it, right? So, like, when there's been deluxe releases of like Ride or Master or whatever that have 1,000,000,001 additional tracks that's got actually on Justice
demos, and
sometimes they're not even demos, they're fucking James with his single track, right, doing that. I love shit like that because for me, it demystifies and allows me to be like, oh fuck,
it's just a regular dude.
It's a regular fucking dude.
Yeah,
that's what we are, regular fucking dudes.
We're on stage, as you are, and just look like we just we don't look like we should be playing it. Just an average person, which that in itself has its own message. Like anyone could do this. It's just how bad do you really want to do it? We want it. That's what came up with our recent slogan. We're actually releasing a limited edition T-shirt, and it's what we like to believe we're doing for a lot of people is keeping the sound of the other ground
above ground.
So, hell yeah,
we're just bringing the underground back to us.
Definitely.
Like the whole. That's why I'm glad we finally got to do this podcast with you, because you are an old school dude and you're a historian too. Is like the same as I am. A lot of the shit that we're doing, to be perfectly honest, is the way fucking it was done in the old school.
Yeah,
it really was. And I do think too many people are too concerned about what their final product is on Spotify, whatever the case may be. But when you have, like, I call them our day ones. There's people that have been literally with us since first practice. When they pop for a song now, it's like the coolest thing in the fucking world to me. Like when I call us Personal Judas or whatever, it's one of our day ones is like, fuck yeah, awesome. Right. That's really, really cool to me. And we don't shy away from doing covers or like homages.
We have a pretty link.
The same way that fucking Metallica did.
Yeah.
Because how the fuck
it's a natural thing. I mean,
it should be. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there's always that thing of bleeding your influence. Like, I mean, Overload's done some covers, back in our day, we've done some Judas Priest. We've done some Kiss. We've done,
awesome.
We've done some Motorhead and Black Sabbath and all kinds of shit back in the day. Yeah, I mean, and it's fun, and like
it does,
like even back in the day doing shit like Bark at the Moon and fucking like Miracle Man and
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. Or Godzilla, that's a fun. Yeah, fuck, man. You fucking rock the BOC, dude. Like,
Fucking
honestly, when I'm getting like on the metal arm here.
Yeah,
I'm doing some more like in between stuff, and like I thought of the idea of just like if anybody has like an insignia. Like the upside down, like question mark cross that Blue Oyster Cult does, like just like putting it like right here, or
just those fillers in between,
just like the filler stuff, and just like so, yeah, you gotta love that.
Numbers in themselves, it's kind of funny. That's what makes me bring this up is because I ran into this young cat at work that I work with, and he's in his own band of his own. He was going through some problems, this and that. His band was on the verge of breaking up, and he's really down. Like, man, and he told me about it. I'm like, look, man, if you're going to do this, stuff like that's going to happen. But then he came up and asked me, he was like, well, how does your band, how did y'all start writing? What was y'all's formula? Which we have none.
Sure.
But I just looked at him, I was like, dude, when we first all got together, we just jammed songs that we all liked. Just to see, and the way I like to describe it is it gets you in the feel of playing with songs.
Correct.
Okay, so let's jam a song we know. Let's see how we are together on a song we know. Let's see if we can really pocket it. You know what I'm saying? So when this band first started out, I was really adamant on making sure we picked the right songs so we could see how we want to perform together. And then, as time progresses, believe it or not, whether you see it or not, musicians, they grow.
Yeah.
You spend enough time with some people, you all grow as a unit and you find your own sound. And that's ultimately where we're at right now.
And what's cool about that too is like, even in the off chance of having a member replaced, and I don't know if this has been a thing with you all, if you've ever had to yet, or if it's ever going to possibly
hand around this guy's neck.
I mean, I know you've been in other bands, so I know you know what it's probably like to replace members, or be a replacement member.
Damn drummers.
Yeah, those two. Yeah, or even still coming in from maybe being a second or third guitarist in the line, because I don't know, were you one
in my previous
with Eddie
projects? Well, that's one. I mean, in the rest of the bands I've been, there's always been two. So this band's actually the first band I've been in.
Well, I mean, like coming in like after it, like out of a 2-guitar band and one guitar player leaves, and then you come into so you were a replacement of another guitar player. Okay, cool. So you know what it's like to do that, to come into a band that's already established and they have songs and stuff, and then to be that and just that's the other part of it is how fluid things change. Where you might have somebody that comes in and it will then change your dynamic again,
right?
And that's so awesome. So like that's where like I guess bands that do like regularly changed, like guitar players like Kiss, for example, where they've had so many different people, or Ozzy had many different guitar players.
I know,
right? Ooh, careful there. Don't want the records falling out. Yeah, and it's the Ice Out one too.
That's your sign, Mark.
Yeah, right. Bring it back. So yeah, like, but that's a cool thing to like hear the different dynamic of what a different member could bring in. Because, well, from Overload, for example, I'm the only original member.
Yeah.
So Mike is the replacement drummer, guitar player, drummer.
Mike.
Todd is the replacement guitar player, drummer, guitar player. Or drummer, guitar player.
I mean, we have yet to be at a point to where, well, I'll take this back. The band hasn't broken up 4 times. I have been kicked out 4 times for reasons that we can go on later on down the road at a different podcast, right?
Is it, hey, hang on. I want to interrupt. Is it because of LSD?
No. Other drugs. Yeah, other drugs.
No, lead singer's disease.
No, you know what? I love that.
No, y'all tied it together perfect.
I love that. Love that.
Good. But yes.
But yeah, there was a lot of, I had to honestly just become a different person and grow up. Honestly, is what I had to do. But for me, like, again, it's rare. It's so fucking rare and I've worked with other bands and all kinds of stuff. It's rare when you have someone that, like, lyrically, thematically, conceptually, sound wise, I could sit with him, give him a riff. And I'll say this all live long day. There is not a song that Enemy to All will finish that starts with a riff that can't go to Phil first. It has to go to Phil. Just because of what he...
Well, I mean, he's the guitar player.
Well, he is, but just like I could bring a full compositionally done song.
Okay.
But until it gets to Phil, and it gets his vibe on it. And then Chris right behind it has to jam to it, and then so on and so on. And then I have to do the vocals over it. We have yet to experience the dynamic of a completely different change yet. And trust me, we have been at each other's throats to the point to where it's like, fuck it, we'll just find somebody else. But then the whole thing that we're trying to do falls apart, because this is not, at least for us, is not just a fucking band thing. We have been through a whole VH1 behind the music season of shit before we even popped off.
Right.
Like for real. So the reality of that is there. The dynamic of that is there. I know for a fact that when I'm on stage with just the mic, I have a whole fucking force behind me, right? That I don't have to worry about hiccups. I don't have to worry about mess ups or whatever, because I know they'll be caught or they'll be routed into whatever we're doing. So I'm blessed as all fuck to have enemy. And the whole fucking name behind it is we're enemies to all, because we have been enemies to ourselves for so goddamn long that I would rather be your enemy than mine any other day of the week ever again. That's the whole ethos behind it.
Hell yeah.
It really is. And you know, when we get off stage, I get fucking, as soon as I get off stage, hey man, nice set. What about your guitarist though? Or what about your drummer though? Right? I have to do that all the time. And I've been doing that since Phil was in Hidden Foundation. But the at least compliments I get personally are, it's like, holy shit, are you okay? And that's what I want people to genuinely feel on there is, yeah, I'm in the moment of those songs, because those are songs that lyrically I've written. I remember the moments of them. Rope was written in a fucking mental institution on the back of a goddamn coloring book with a crown. Like those, it's real. And I think that's what really attaches people. I think is I'll if I have a wireless microphone, I will get down off stage and I will get into your face and in the crowd. I've done it,
dude. And that's like I said, you know, it's part of the show though.
The show, yes,
and that's part of the ethos behind it, and that's what it should be. So we're gonna cut to a video,
okay,
and then we're gonna do a thing and just come back and
that's fine.
Do some general questions about you all as people, and
that'll work. I need more water anyway.
And kick ass.
Hell yeah.
We are enemy to all from over the bridge here in Louisville, Kentucky. Thank you for coming out and hanging out. This song is called Love Songs in the Key of Death.
We're back. Oh, that's a good album too. I'm gonna hang on just a second. Good. We're good. Yeah, we just kind of took another break. So I mean, nobody's really gonna know because it's all gonna be edited out in post anyways, right? Because that's how we roll, right? So no, just doing the things and the stuff like when you got into this is like derailed. General profile questions about you all as people, whatever you all want to, it's like whatever it hits, right? So like when you were young and you first started playing music and you got into music, who was your band that you first heard and you were just like so jonesed about hearing?
Fuck. You can go ahead first, Phil.
Like, because usually there's one. Like,
oh well, I can.
For me, like I got into like seeing Dazed and Confused. Okay.
Yeah.
And then seeing the mythos of like what Kiss was. Okay. And just seeing them like where they painted the thing and you got that fucking rock and roll all night fucking drum beat. Yeah, that fucking starts in the fucking when they're getting ready to do the party and shit, right?
Right.
So like, and then it's like, what the fuck is Kiss, right. And it's like this fucking makeup thing and before you realize about Gene Simmons' capitalism.
Best
and
one
greed,
of the best
and greed and fucking I want to own the money back.
But no, you pretty much answered it for me. You're asking the band that got me into playing guitar. It was Led Zeppelin. Some of the first songs I learned, ironically enough, because they're in no way, shape, or form easy songs. But there were like 3 or 4 Led Zeppelin songs that I learned to play at first when I started playing. But I feel like I started really late. I started at 16, 17 years old.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think it's later than some, but I don't think it. There's other people I've seen that never picked it up until they're like in their like 20s or some shit,
yeah.
And then they just get the bug, and then it's just like there it is.
Then don't want to take too long after that. Got into metal music, and it's down. But I still love all that old stuff.
Well, yeah, and the cool, and I'm from a mind where it's like, I don't necessarily subscribe to a one or the other thing, like, because it's like either it's Metallica or it's Megadeth or it's Slayer, it's either you can only have one, and it's not fucking Highlander, okay? There doesn't have to be only one because I like my Zeppelin stuff, dude. And honestly, one of my favorite fucking Zeppelin songs ever, and I'm gonna probably catch shit for this, is Trampled Underfoot.
Why? It's fucking fantastic.
Well, but it's that thing. It's like it's like the Metallic thing. First 3 albums, rather, for Zeppelin.
It's not fucking left on the side.
Because once you get to fucking Zeppelin 4, and then you've got Stairway to Heaven and everything, Black Dog, and but. Yeah, so for me, I love and I love like Lemon Song and Tangerine and they're all great fucking songs in the early stuff. But I like it. Do I like it as much as Sabbath? Not really, but I appreciate both. That's the thing, and I think everybody, just finding that appreciation of what you can out of a band, I guess.
Mine has always been. And we actually just watched some videos of me from like 2 years old recently. And my dad loved Jumpin' Jack Flash by the Stones at the time, for whatever reason it was. And I had a spatula in my hand too, imitating this, right? And as my stuff kind of goes forward, I can remember being 5 or 6, running around my mom's coffee table while she's cleaning the house. But it was always live albums, right? So Pulse from Pink Floyd, The Dance by Fleetwood Mac, things like that. So I was always, as my music thing developed, I was always used to hearing live versions of songs. So the energy would be different from, studio albums sometimes, specifically The Dance by Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. On 1999's, The Chain, the version on The Dance from 1999. Phenomenal, right? That is my favorite
version. I love the fucking version of Big Love on that album.
The whole fucking thing is fantastic.
Okay, and where he's fucking doing.
Yes. But when you it was always live music. And I can tell you, when it came to metal specifically, the direct and exact moment that it happened, it's ECW on TNN, 1999, Rob Van Dam versus Jerry Flynn. I am watching for the first time, really, ECW live on TV. Well, whatever it was on TV. Van Damme comes out to Walk by Pantera, right?
Yeah.
And I'm a wrestling fan, have been, and I will be to the day I die since 1992. I watch Van Damme come out to Pantera's Walk, and I watch that crowd sing respect, right? And then I watch Jerry Flynn come out to Fear Factory's it's also a Living Machine. I forget what it is, but it's a death metal song, right? So I'm enamored.
I can't remember Jerry Lynn's.
It's definitely from Sullivan Machine. It might be. God damn it! It'll come to me after the podcast. But anyway, I'm already enamored with pro wrestling, and I have like a backyard federation and all this shit. And so now metal is attached to Pops, right? And so then we get cable in like 1999, 2000, 2001. And music channels are there, right? And I go to channel 823. I'll never fucking forget it. It was modern metal. And 3 songs came back to back. And it was Wait and Bleed by Slipknot, Disturbed, Stupid Fly, and Damage by Fear Factory.
Okay.
And I remember hearing Slipknot first and not knowing what in the fuck to do with it. I thought there were 2 vocalists. I didn't know there were 9 members, all of that stuff. But that was the first time in my life that I saw myself playing that kind of music in front of people. It's been that way since, right? That was the first time I came into it. As I progressed and my dad saw Disaster Pieces and thought Slipknot was death metal, he tried to show me Wildest Dreams by Iron Maiden at the time. And I fucking wanted nothing to fucking do with that. It wasn't until
it was old man metal.
Yes, right. It's my dad's metal.
Old man metal.
It was not until I started rating his CD collection and I pulled Light After Death. And it starts with Aces High, right? And then I hear Maiden live.
You might find it down there on the shelf.
Sure, I will, right? But I fell in love with that. And then it got to the point to where I was so obsessed with this idea that one day, actually it stems from, we saw a play in London. It was a Queen-based play where the basic premise was actual music had been like outlawed. And the only thing that you could do was like digital fucking whatever music, right? And there's these kids that find Queen's old records and they come back or whatever. So since I'm like 16, I had this idea that I wanted a massive fucking vinyl collection of the best of the best of the best of the best of heavy metal, right? So I got to be like that kind of elitist asshole for a long, long time. A long, long, long fucking time. But doing that and listening to these records that other people said were good or that massive people said were good or whatever, it gave me this sense of like, I can kind of tell off the bat. And I have this theory that the first 3 songs on a record will probably guarantee whether or not that record is going to be good or not. 100%. If there's no skips, right? But that was my first really integration into it. And then when I found respect for the older things, because without that, I wouldn't be kind of here where I am. And then I started integrating specifically Cradle of Filth. The lyrics were damning. Like, I had to research that shit. The Maiden lyrics, I had to research the history of those. Behemoth, Nile, fucking all of those bands that did those kind of things. That's what I started integrating into my own lyrics. And you can ask Phil. There was one time when Phil told me I need to stop imitating vocalists because everything that's on my personal YouTube channel was a cover and I sounded exactly fucking like any of those vocalists.
And I would stop whatever I was doing. I could be in a room full of people trying to host something going on, whatever it may be. And I'll hear something, I'll hear a song that I know, you know what I mean? And then I'll listen real closely. I would stop what I was doing, walk and find him and be like, this is you singing. He'd be like, damn. But back to what he was saying, he did, it was a habit. He loved imitating people on finally, you know, when you start damning somebody, eventually you gotta find your own.
Yeah.
And
I can remember the exact song it was. It's from Can to Can't. So Corey Taylor vocalizing for that sound of whatever fucking thing that Dave Brolin then did.
Sure.
Sound City, right?
Yeah.
And he listened to it.
Which is a great documentary.
It isn't.
I love that. And I would love to, you know, just to have experienced that.
What that's like.
Just the recording in a place that fucking put out so many classic albums. Like you and it was a fucking dirt ass fucking hole in the wall fucking studio.
That's what I love.
It's in like a fucking storage unit.
That's what I fucking love. If we ever got the fucking chance to somehow record in Houdini's goddamn mansion, we would absolutely record in Houdini's fucking mansion.
And that fucking console for the price that it was when it was purchased back in like 72 or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a fucking like $5 million today.
It's insane.
You know, it's crazy.
It's insane. But that particular song, I recorded it, I posted it on YouTube, Phil heard it, and it's the first time someone said, "Oh my God, that sounds like you, not Corey." Right?
Sure.
And then it became about finding my own kind of volume, kind of finding my own kind of style and whatever. And much like we do with the guitar and with the drums, there's a bunch of different things that I will emulate or take from. But when they tell me, we've just started like vocal, I want to say coaching or whatever, but since we're recording, what they're hearing vocalized, right? They'll tell me.
Yeah.
But the way for me to do it is, okay, do you hear like Chad Gray LD50 era? Do you hear Corey Iowa era? Do you hear fucking Pomeroy God Hates Us All era, whatever?
No, we hear Matt era Matt.
Correct.
That's right.
Correct, dude.
That's what you should do.
And that's what,
you know, because, and I mean, I get that because, like, you know, I understand, like, in overload, we're an acquired taste, especially with my vocal, you know. And well, the thing about it is like when we had two vocalists at the time, where we had Donnie songs and Mark songs, kind of things, it was so vastly different. And like, I think everything kind of changed on our side around like 2015 era with like the Unvanquished EP and whatnot. So then it's like I was like, okay, I like I said, I found me, you know, and that was where it was.
And I think for a lot of just bands in general, and I don't mean fucking anything ill by anything that I'm about to say, but I have listened to so many, just doing the database, right? I've listened to so many different bands, and I'm speaking just from a vocal standpoint, right? Unless you are genre specific, it is hard for me or really other people to differentiate immediately a vocalist, just because it's so one-dimensional genre thing, right? I love more than anything vocalists like Dax Rhythm that will change up shit based on how they feel, right? Mm-hmm. So doing all of these imitational things that I have for forever, right? It allowed yes, it's allowed me to have way too many different routes to take, right? For sure, for fucking sure. It's been the hardest thing to write for this shit.
I mean, but what's also the saying? You know, imitation is
necessary as a form of flattery. It is, and like. The fact that we, like some of the fucking covers that we just pull out of our ass have literally just been him starting the riff, and then Chris happens to know the goddamn song. And then I'm like 4 bars into it, I'm like, are we really about to fuck? No, okay, here we go. And like that kind of,
that's the fun part about it. You know, that's when you're doing covers, that's the fun part about
it.
What's your Deserted Island album? One thing. You have one album. One. Oh, extra special caveat for this episode. No greatest hits.
Oh, so you couldn't do fucking okay.
No, you couldn't do
Celebration Day or Mothership by Zeppelin. Okay.
No, you could.
Oh my God,
Deserted Island, one album. Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. It's going to have to be Kite String. It's going to have to be when the Kite String pops. That's the best. Damn, there's a reason for that for both of us personally. We sat and we were not in our sober frame of mind for days at a time, but we actually sat with Kite String Pops one night and listened to it in its full variety. We had to stop multiple times, decide whether or not we wanted even to continue fucking music after listening to it multiple times, but it directly influenced how we go about things, right? And no matter what frame of mind I'm in, Kite String, I can always fucking go back to start from Blue, go to Cassie, and it just doesn't miss. And we actually have the belief that we manifested Acid Bath coming back. I swear to fucking God.
When we start, we listen to that record. In fact, kids coming up just to stop and, like you said, take a break for a second. But like, it shortly after that, they're back and doing a festival. Like, Acid Bath has never been a festival band. It's always been underground, and
well, it's the 30-year thing. It's like
it is.
Like, we was literally just talking about this.
Well, yeah, and the thing about it is, it's kind of like we were talking about Exodus a little bit ago. Zetro had I was instilled this knowledge from a member from Hatriot, which is when Zetro started with his sons, Nick and Cody, their other guitar player at the time, Kyle. he instilled some of Zetro knowledge on me, and it was like when you're in a band, there's really three phases of your life. You know, you're young, and then you're nobody, and then you're a legend.
It comes quick.
And that's kind of the thing with like acid bath, you know.
Yeah.
They're, you know, young, and then they didn't really do anything, and now look at them. Now 30 years later, look, they're fucking playing fucking things like Louder Than Life. And they're playing like super high on the card too, you know, and it's like
they're on a bill with System of a Down and Queens of the Stone Age in fucking London. Like that shit's insane to me. And for to be perfectly honest, I don't think I'll speak for all four of us in the band. I don't think any single one of us sat with this idea in mind and we're like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this for the fucking money. But there's right. There's no fucking way.
There's such thing as that.
There's not.
You know, unless you're getting fucking 1 million spins a month.
Yeah.
On Spotify, and you're fucking on tour fucking 20 days out of fucking 28. I mean,
you have to do it because
you have to.
Yeah.
Because we had went through, what's that?
Two bases.
We had been through a couple, and we were on this. We were like, all right, fuck this shit. We're gonna make sure that we get our bass player. This is our guy. And Ronnie, he's been around the scene with everybody. He's a band or
He is.
What I'm getting at is Ronnie and a lot of people's eyes, you know, he's able to do a lot, but he might not be the best at something, but
he loves it.
When he plays it, you can tell that he loves to do it.
Yeah, sure.
To me, the love for the sport versus just all the time being worried about talent or basketball or what, love always outweighs that.
Right. Yeah. Sure. No, and that's part of it too, you know. It's like, you know, if your heart's not fucking in it, or you're just going through the motions, playing fucking chords or whatever, or playing scales, you know, it's like, yeah, there's people that get off on that, and there's people that dig it, but like, no, like, so like in at any given point in time in my life, you know, I can hear it. I can hear music all the fucking time. Like even right now. There's something playing in the background.
Oh yeah, it's.
I'm not the only one. Yeah.
No, I don't know.
I was talking to him about that the other day.
And it drives me fucking nuts some days.
Yeah, and it's just like, and it's like a constant riff that's going on that, you know. And for me, what the bane of my existence is I have guitars all over the fucking room, and you can see that on this episode because it's not all red. I even have banjos and shit. But like for the life of me, I can't pick up my guitar and play what's going on. I can hear it though. And it's just like it's constantly in the background. And it's just like, but then every once in a while, I'll catch it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
And it's like, and those became like overload songs or methods of bass versus, you know, how I get my offhanded way of playing bass and stuff like that.
I believe in that. Fucking ridiculously true. Again, I'm a big history buff. That's again another fucking podcast another time. When it comes to the Greek muses, okay, I genuinely believe that at a certain point in time, the only reason I practice lead guitar, beat vocals, is so when the muse decides to hit me, I can channel it. Right?
Sure.
That's really fucking it. So I will sit here and say I don't write songs, and if I sit and write a song, I guarantee you it won't be something that gets produced.
Sure.
It'll be something
It'll end up being something like poetry instead.
Correct, and that's where a lot of stuff does come from.
And I get that. I'm that same way when I write lyrics and everything.
Same.
Couple more for you.
Yeah.
What would be your last meal?
Pizza. Fucking pizza.
What kind?
Specifically from the pizza embodies is what they're called. They're basically little food trucks outside of the Vatican in Rome. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's the best pizza I've ever fucking had in my entire goddamn life. Cannot beat it.
Well, it's real Italian pizza. I mean, you know,
it was. That would be my last meal. Was
Vatican pizza.
Yes, I love the Vatican. I do. Specifically while I'm listening.
You know, I get that. I get like the fucking Pope sitting in the fucking convertible, and then you hear the and he fucking pulls up pizza, you know.
Specifically with Queensryche Silent Lucidity playing in the background, because that's my end credits song at my funeral.
So like I know, okay, so what would be your topping? What would be your toppings, Pete?
Probably just straight up fucking pepperoni. That's it. That's it. Nothing.
Get that. That's some good
Nothing
shit.
too crazy. Nothing too crazy.
For me, probably a 20-ounce ribeye with fully loaded baked potato and all butt dressed.
There you go.
Dude, a ribeye though. You like the I'd go with the porterhouse. Like the 28-ounce fucking porterhouse, fucking baked fucking potato, but no steak fries though. So like here's the thing. Like I can handle fries and I can handle baked potato, but steak fries, there's like too much potato.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah.
Too much. Same thing with pineapple on fucking pizza. I'll die on that hill. I'll die on that fucking hill. Don't even get me started. I'll die on that hill. Like my personal Facebook is like Matt is a musician, he's a salesman, and he fucking does not like pineapple on pizza.
It's cool. I get it. I mean, for me, it's like it's like the Hawaiian roll and like the Christmas ham.
I'm not even fucking Italian, even a little bit, but I immediately go into like, you don't fucking put fucking pineapple. You goddamn pizza. You just fucking don't. I immediately turn into like I'm from the person. Immediately don't.
Turns into fucking Tony Soprano over
yes. Fucking boy, motherfucker. Yes. Yes.
So I have one more question.
Go ahead.
Before I get to it, as always, links are listed below. So please give likes, shares, and follows. Go do all the things and all the stuff because that's where it's about. Go see them live. Go order things off of Bandcamp page, getting merch. Support where you can, even from afar, because that's how bands make it today. Is and it's not even just like the fucking having to buy things, but even just like a couple of buck tip here and there makes fucking most people's day. And show appreciation, show love for anybody and everybody that comes onto the Metal Forge, because I curate the show, and a lot of these people I would be willing to call friends, especially after having them on the show, because I do get like that's my do derailed and get a little bit personal and everything. But before we get to the last question, shout outs, promotion. What are we promoting? What are we shouting out?
Still doing it for the love of it. Shout out to all the friends that we've met, all the people we've spent time with, and we like you just said, Marcus, everybody get out, support these bands around here. Because like Matt, I think you have focused about it.
Mm-hmm.
Come out.
For us, promotionally, those are the last two shows of the year. The Goodwood show on Black Friday at Whiskey Row is a very, very important show. It is all ages. Fucking bring your kids. My kid's coming. My kid's bringing his friends. Bring kids. There's two. Bring everyone. We're playing right after that at Tap Room with Temple Witch and Emerald Rage. They're coming through.
For sure.
Good couple bands starting in January.
Emerald Rage has been here before.
Oh, yeah.
Been on the Metal Forge.
Yes.
I've had them.
Love it. Fucking dope ass band. After that, January, we drop Love Songs in the Key of Death. All the songs that you have seen us play live, right there as they should be. And then we'll be touring on that throughout the local area of Louisville, every venue as possibly we can. From January to September, those shows are called An Evening with the Enemy. There will be two bands from out of state that will be opening for us. It's going to be a good fucking time no matter how we do it. Yes, they're there.
Sure.
They're there.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
So I always like to get like the philosophical question and hypotheticals in there for the last, making sure, because everything's finite on this planet, right? That we know of, I don't think we're ever gonna see, space personally until we expire.
Yeah.
And that's really what it is. It's exploration at some point. Absolutely. So when you're day to day, even in like, the minute of things, that's like, thinking about things like space and what could be out there. How do you maintain of like doing things for the best possible outcome that you can? Improving, how do you set out to improve the situation around you?
So ironically enough, it goes back to music. So I have this kind of worldview philosophy that I developed over years, which is, what's the meaning of life? Okay. Life has no intrinsic meaning to it other than what you give to it. But I do believe that because we exist, then the concept of versatility and existence exists. So I believe that we only exist in order to like experience what this is on planet Earth, right? I mean, the way I do it is this. When you turn off the radio, right, song doesn't stop. It still goes back into the signal, back into the ether, whatever it is. So all of us, for all intents and purposes, are playing the same cover song, just in our own fucking individual way. So when our signal gets cut off when we die, that signal goes back into existence in the experience that we have. So the way I go about things is music is so goddamn fucking important that you can listen to the actual frequency sonically of the planets. You can do all that. The first thing that babies in the womb develop is hearing. It like the first thing that humans developed, not writing 40,000 years ago, with fucking bone flutes that we can still play. Music is the way that you communicate. The way I think about doing things and leaving them better than what I left behind me is when we're gone and when we're dead, right? And all of this is really just avoiding the fact that we're going to die, right? But the only way that you can avoid the fact that you are going to die, even though death is a gift, is to have a dream, one that you are willing to catch your death before you actually catch the dream, and then leave behind whatever that is to the people that love you or to the people that will find it later. Edgar Allan Poe died on a goddamn park bench drunk. Most of his shit wasn't really appreciated while he was alive. Lovecraft too. Dickinson the same way, right? Those were my heroes to a certain extent. If they did it for the love of the fucking game or the love of the craft, and got their flowers for all intents and purposes after the back end. So as long as I'm doing things for,
It's because it's easier to appreciate somebody after they've died.
100%.
If you can always say, "I remember them." Yeah. I waved their flag then. You know?
Right. And for me personally, like book of poetry or all my notebooks that Phil's been through, like those are the things that matter to me. And those are me just communicating with the greater spheres of influence or whatever you want to call them. You can call it God, you can call it witchcraft, you can call it whatever the fuck it is. But the last thing I do before I go on stage every fucking time, and I mean every fucking time, is I say, I understand and embrace the feeling, in fact, that we are the best band this night at this stage on this time, and we will deliver the best show. I walk around doing that. And even if it's like, it's not a magic spell, but it puts my brain in a position of, we're going to fucking put it on.
I get that.
You know,
I have mine that I do as well.
Yeah.
I have my little ritual before every stage. Every time I go on stage, I wet the hair.
Same.
And I say it's time to go to work.
I get a little manic around the venue, and I start pacing around the venue, and I listen to the same 2 live songs every time, and then I get into that fucking mode. He'll tell people, that's my vocalist, he's fine, leave him alone.
That's happened. I can get back to and then
Talking to some people.
it's like then he'll come walking past and just strolling along, and then he's just
Getting in.
just yelling, getting in the mode, and everybody's looking at him. What's wrong with this guy? I was like, oh, that's my vocalist. We get his feelings on right.
He's warming
About
up.
10 minutes, and
You'll see why.
Phil, what about you?
I mean, I just try, honestly, the simple thing with me. I just try to be the best person I can. Just show up, be genuine to people, treat people how you want to be treated. But much like Matt said, my gift, I have no other, I've done so much research in myself, so many journeys spiritually, and like music really is my conduit to get through the people. So music is going to be my gift. Like it's literally me just coming through sonically to you. The things I can't explain to you or I can't get across to you in real life, then that will be another one. So I believe that's the gift I was given. So I just try to do the best I can and write for people.
Yes, gotta have it, yes.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for doing the metaphor. I appreciate you all. Thank you for coming over, having some fun, having a few shots here and there. Yeah, fucking good shit. Dude's on our way out today from your all's videos. What do you want to play?
There is a couple of videos on YouTube that I would probably pull the old Adam.
Old Adam?
Old Adam. That is a fucking thrash goddamn banger. No, it's wrong side. That is a fucking thrash goddamn banger about the end of the world. because it's the soundtrack to it. So you might as well be with it.
Hell yeah. So here it is. Oh, man. Enjoy. Yeah.
This song is about the end of the world. This is called Old Yadam.
Hey metalheads, you like tattoos? Of course you do. If you're in the Louisville, Kentucky area, come on over the bridge to Clarksville, Indiana, and get you some ink done at Ageless Art. If ink isn't your thing, they have a piercing studio as well. Visit agelessartclarksville.com to see some frequently asked questions, meet the staff. The shop is open Monday through Thursday, 12 to 8 p.m., Saturdays, 12 to 10 p.m., and Sundays, 12 to 6 p.m., all appointment-only spots. You can set up your appointments by phone at 812-283-1793 or email agelessarttattooandpiercing@gmail.com and someone will get you set up for your first or your next tattoo or piercing.
Hey metalheads, after going to a rager, what's your ultimate go-to? Mine is totally pizza. So when Overload is playing, or I'm promoting the Metal Forge live showcases, or the big goddamn metal show, I go to Pizza Donisi. Pizza Donisi is gourmet artisan pizza from right here in Louisville, Kentucky. It features things like the pizza of the month, the sandwiches, and also vegetarian and vegan options, which is so totally fucking cool for all of it's awesome pizza. You definitely want to go. Hey, and also from time to time they do cannolis. Oh, so fucking good. You know what they said, man? Leave the gun, take the cannoli. Yeah, just like that in Godfather. They're located right next to the Mag Bar at 1396 South 2nd Street. So either stop in or call in at 502-213-0488. They're open till midnight. The witching hour.
Heineken, fuck that shit. Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Hey metalheads, you all hear me talk about Mag Bar all the time. It is the home to the Metal Forge live showcases and is an integral stop in the ultimate underground metal tour schedule. They obviously feature live music, but the Mag Bar also has daily specials like Pint and Slice Night on Tuesdays with Pizza Donisi. But they also do Bring Your Own Vinyl on Thursdays with DJ Kent Jackson, and Finer Things Sundays. Located right next to Pizza Donisi at 1398 South 2nd Street, open 3 p.m. to 4 a.m. 7 days a week. Get your asses out to the Mag Bar. Rock out. For 45 years in keeping Louisville weird, Electric Ladyland has been there for all your eccentricities. While they do offer the best smoking supplies out on the market today, there's a whole lot more to check out. From ashtrays and blacklight posters, to records, incense and burners, and items to stock your metaphysical supply. They are open from 10 to 10, 7 days a week. Located at 2325 Bardstown Road in Louisville, Kentucky, and at electricladyland420.com. Roll out. In 2017, one man's vision and passion for all things metal started out as a record store in his house. Years later, the fight against a mainstream empire continues as Shade Beast. An independent metal collective and online store based in Athens, Georgia, is the world's premier heavy metal brand for music heads that value authenticity over the mainstream acceptance. Featuring original t-shirts from some of the best underground artists, as well as stickers, posters from the Shade Beast Presents concert series.
Unique, one-of-a-kind collectibles and small curated selection of vinyl and cassettes from the masters old and new. Visit shadebeast.com and enter promo code SithLord for free domestic shipping on your first order, whether you're a new customer or returning. And be sure to join the Shade Beast social groups on Facebook and the interwebs to keep up with the new release announcements and talk all things metal and Star Wars. You'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and filth.
Welcome to the night. You think you know Night Demon? Then the Night Demon Heavy Metal Podcast is for you. Step into the darkness as we peel back the curtain to give you an unprecedented, all-access look into the mind and the heart of the demon. We're talking band history, song analysis, studio anecdotes, stories from the road. It's everything a diehard Night Demon fan could want and more. This is the only place to learn the inside scoop, the deep dive trivia, the untold tales from the band members themselves and those closest to the Night Demon story. Need more? The Sacred Night Demon Crypt will be pried open to reveal demo recordings that have never before seen the light of day, all with in-depth commentary by the band and the people who were there for the writing and recording process. This is a gold mine, a treasure trove of all things Night Demon. Head over to nightdemon.net or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Since 2013, there has been a calling from the underground, from the graves of all those unholy, and they decided to make a zine to talk about all of this. Soul Grinder Zine! An independent metal zine to keep you informed on all things metal and horror from the underground. Available in both print and digital formats, they're bringing you the best interviews and reviews out there today. Not only do they do the zine, but they also do compilation CDs. Check them out at facebook.com/soulgrinder.zine and start your subscription now. Hey everybody, let me tell you about the new sponsor to the Metal Forge, Unchained Tapes. They're an independent Pennsylvania tape label. They focus on extreme metal and punk with a killer approach to the tape scene. Visit their web store at unchainedtapes.bigcartel.com now to get your fill of tapes. And for being a Metal Forge listener, enter the code METALFORGE10 at checkout to get a 10% discount on your total purchase. That's unchainedtapes.bigcartel.com.
What's up, Metal Forge fans? This is Alan Bishop, the alchemist of Indiana's Black Forest and head distiller at Spirits of French Lick. Do you find yourself drawn to the unexplained, fascinated by the Fortean, or enchanted by the paranormal? If the things that go bump in the night resonate in your mind, then tune into my brand new podcast, If You Have Ghosts, You Have Everything. Featuring first-hand accounts, collected stories, interviews, history, and speculation related to all things not of this world. Available now on Anchor, Spotify, Google, Amazon, and more. Sit back, relax, and remember, if you have ghosts, you have everything.
Hey, let me tell you guys about Mercenary Press. They're an independent London label and distributor of all things metal. Mercenary Press delivers the goods from their own independent zine. Trust me, you're going to want to get in on that. To distributing various bands from all over the world, including Cramp from Spain and Sadistic Force from Texas. Visit mercenarypress.bigcartel.com to find out what all they have in stock and what you can order. And for Metal Forge listeners, enter code METALFORGE10 to receive a discount on your total purchase at mercenarypress.bigcartel.com. Check it out now.
Hey metalheads, it's with great pleasure I get to tell you guys about a new sponsor to the Metal Forge, Ageless Art, New Albany. After 20 years of owning and operating Ageless Art in Clarksville, Indiana, Phil Garrett had a vision for a new type of tattoo studio. Something that is clean and modern, sleek, refined, inviting. And he's done just that with Ageless Art in New Albany. You can find it at 2736 Charlestown Road, New Albany, Indiana, 47150. Business hours are Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sundays are 12 to 6. All sessions are appointment only, so give them a call and go get you some new ink. Or if it's your first time, go get your first one, baby.
In a broken wasteland, I come to my fire.